first round pick. Hey, throw that list away. All right.
Why are we around?
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From my homes to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate troop. This ain't no game, it's our passion on display.
The baby himself.
Chiefs Blitz podcast, real fans unite. Every touchdown scored, we ignite the night. From tailgate chatter to post-game debate, we love our Chiefs, yes, never too late.
I would even bring MVS back in the middle of the season.
What? Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by ChiefsBlitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar. I am your host, Nick Athan. The show is presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your top source for Chiefs news, analysis, and opinions. And joining me on my left-hand side or right-hand side, depending on how you're looking at your screen, Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports, producer extraordinary, my partner in this maddening effort we call the Four Guys in a Bar podcast. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a ride. I know a lot of people but enjoying it. And the draft is almost here, guys. It's around the corner. It's mock draft Monday. And some people turned in their cars. Maybe some did. We don't know. But we will see when we get there. And we got some, some people in the chat that turned in their mock drafts as well. But we'll be talking about that. So with that said, guys, let's get into our sponsor before we bring the other two guys on the show in.
Baseball is back.
That's right. Baseball is back on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you cash in today. You can play the pick'em game. It's very similar to what you did with the NFL where you're doing the Chiefs stuff. Now it's all about baseball and especially the Royals. You can go higher or lower. It's really simple to use. Their app is amazing. You just choose your entry fee. You decide what you want to play, and you just see the winnings coming if you know what you're doing. So take a swing today and make sure that you sign up for Underdog Fantasy, and they're going to give you a meatball right off the gamut, Bobby Witt Jr. special. So start with a W for your first entry and new customers. Make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. That's right, Underdog Fantasy. If you had your money on Rory and McIlroy yesterday, you probably had a pretty successful game if you decided to partake in the golf of the Masters. What an amazing venture. Maddening adventure that was. And we're joined today by Mr. Lou Montagna, the other
yes sir member. Let's go.
Andre Tillman as well.
What's that,
gentlemen? Crazy weekend for sure.
Speaking of the Masters, Rory earned every bit of that,
didn't he?
Right, it was his 17th time at the Masters and never won it. Right, it looked like after the first hole, he comes right out, it double bogeys the first hole, and you're like, oh my God, he's like melting down already. But then he kind of, rights the ship, hits two ridiculous shots on the back nine that were just, those will be like replayed forever. But then he also hit one, like the one that he hits in the water from just off the green. I think it was 15 or whatever. Right. And it was just like, what are you doing? And he just kept coming back. And then, that was just amazing.
Yeah, he was incredible. He's perseverance. I didn't realize I didn't realize he was that old. I still think of him as young, but the fact that, it took him so long to get to to win all four of the majors. And, I thought, Jim Nantz to me is my favorite, one of my favorites next to Kurt Gowdy, broadcaster, and he just let the moment ride out. He didn't talk over it after he made the putt on the sudden death hole to win it. He just let the crowd and the emotion of watching Rory just kind of take in the moment of what he accomplished. And that's what sports is all about. That moment. That's why we watch sports. That's why we love the Chiefs. That's why we love the NFL, baseball, basketball, hockey, all sports combined. It's about the moments that we will always remember, and that's definitely one I will remember.
Yeah, I remember when Adam Sandler did it too, and that was a moment by itself.
Adam Sandler
watching Happy Gilmore, man. It captured for me. That was the guy that captured the moment for me, man. Watching that, man, I ain't realized it can get competitive and it can get that physical. I didn't realize he get that physical, man. That was
Happy's taking a long break, but evidently
he's coming back. Happy is coming back.
Coming back on Netflix sooner than you
Shout
think.
out to Adam Sandler. He's coming back, man. But yeah. Now golf is amazing. Golf is so relaxing. I love just to play it. It's just relaxing to me. I said the hell, man. You know, it's a lot of walking.
The exact opposite effect on my game. So not relaxing in the least.
I got you. Yeah.
It ain't no top golf. Top golfers, you know, go out there just swinging away at the pucks to see who can hit it the farthest. You know what I mean? Oh, somebody's really tipsy. You know what I mean? They fall over the thing, fall into the net.
We definitely don't want to do that one. We don't want to fall into that net now.
Another one.
Yeah,
but it was a pretty weekend. Nice, relaxing. But it was some sad news for Mr. Lacey and his family. You know, praying for them and the LSU family as well. You know what I mean? The situation that what happened with the kid. So shout outs to the both sides. What happened with the story with that family and also with Lacey's family as well. So with that said, let's get into this offensive line, man. And it's the talk of the town right now, man. And everybody's the Eagles have put a stamp on the offensive line. They left a bad taste in Chiefs fans' mouth. You know what I mean? Everybody think this is the weakness of the team. Maybe it is, and maybe Andy Reid don't think it is. Maybe the GM don't think it is, but the fans think it is. So let's get into it, guys. What y'all think about this offensive line? Do y'all think it's coaching, or do you think it be fixed?
Listen, I showed my parents my little brother the other day, man. We went back and watched the game, right? So I felt like I was on ESPN. I had my little boy, I had my little remote control. I was breaking down the tackles. I said, there it is. I said, guys, don't worry about nothing else. Just look at this line right here. And damn it, it was like, oh shit, yeah. Yeah, they got smacked around, man. They did real decent. The man, you slow it up and speed it up. Yeah, them tackles was getting beat. They was getting beat. Yes, the problem is the offensive line, gentlemen. It's been like that all goddamn season. You can't patchwork that shit. You got to protect. You need some studs back there, man. But the offensive line was the biggest hiccup for the Chiefs. It was the biggest hiccup, man. It wasn't nothing else but that damn line, man. Mahomes was uncomfortable. He was panicking. You know what I'm saying? Tunzi was getting beat. Taylor was getting beat. Yeah, he was getting pushed around. It was just bad. It wasn't nothing else.
Bad day to have a bad day.
Yes, shit.
Line and the defense line was getting.
All right, so let's Captain Obvious.
I'm just stating the truth, man. Don't get mad at me.
It's Captain Obvious. It's like rinse and repeat. Just keep
all right, go ahead.
Put the album on repeat. It skips, but it's the same thing every time.
Put it on repeat. Keep playing it. Keep looping
it. I'll say that the offensive line is, it's terrible. You know what I mean? Besides
it's not terrible.
Can I get my take?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's terrible.
I'm gonna try to finish. The offensive line is terrible. That what some people think. You know what I mean? That a lot of people look and say the fans can say, "Oh, it's terrible from that one game." I think every position have a bad game. A corner can have a bad game, and I feel like the offensive line will have a bad game. But again, besides the left tackle issue that it's been a revolving door around that position. Is it we drafted high there? We drafted Kingsley. Is it coaching? Is it can we get more out of him? You know what I mean? So I just don't know at this point, man. So go ahead, Lou. Go and say what you was about to say.
Well, I don't think there's any question that's kind of a soft point. I mean, if there is a weakness on this team, and there is, and there are others, but this would be like the priority. Got to get this fixed. So, couple things. They typically draft at the bottom of the first round, bottom of every round. So you're not getting any elite prospects where they draft. Now, in terms of that position, there's a couple of projections that they took in the second round between Wanye Morris and Kingsley. Very young players. They are projects. and to think that they were going to come in one off season or 2 off seasons and become like above average left tackles in the National Football League, I think may have been a little, a little bit of a reach. So you got to give these guys time. The problem is that they don't have the time. So then you try to patchwork with Orlando Brown Jr., some other free agents that they've signed, and that's always going to be hit or miss. So where do you turn? Well, we look, it must be the coaches. Well, come on. I mean, it's not, the coach can't make the guy go out there and do something that they're not capable of from the jump. So they need time to develop. I mean, obviously it's probably outside of quarterback, the toughest position to make the transition from college to pro. Typically there's 2 or 3 guys at the top of the draft, maybe 2 in a good year. There's 2 that can walk right in. Last year it was Joe Alt, right? And he was the 5th pick overall.
Right.
Chiefs don't pick that high. Okay. You can't just go pluck guys, from wherever. So you're left with free agents plugging holes and trying this guy and trying that guy. So hopefully the guy they brought in, Jalen Moore from San Francisco, can be kind of a stopgap. Hopefully it's for an entire season to give the 2 younger guys some ability to kind of just step back, learn the position, get coached, watch tape, sit with the vets. Hopefully that helps them. So I don't know if I'm going to go to the point where, it's got to be coaching. I don't think there's really any evidence of that. So I think these guys are developing. They're not high, they're not elite picks. So we just have to keep picking one until you get a hit. Yeah. Otherwise, free agency or you make a trade.
So do you think it's coaching, Nick? You know what I mean?
Well, I think it has to do with some of it. I mean, Andy Reid's old offensive line guy. He certainly knows the position well. And you look at his offensive lines when he was the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, they were top notch. And you look at his early lines in Kansas City, with Schwartz at right tackle and Eric Fisher at left tackle. And, they had a solid offensive line with Andy Heck. He's always going to get a criticism because he seems to do a really good job on the interior of the offensive line. Case in point, we got Humphreys and Humphrey, and you got Trey Smith. I mean, Joe Thuney's a pro, so he's kind of the coach out there as well. But I think he developed those guys very quickly. He made them starters right. They were starters right away. And and Ken makes a good point. Eric Fisher, first overall pick. He struggled in year 1, but they played him at right tackle a lot because they didn't have the confidence to put him at left tackle right away. But he got better in year mid second year, and he was a great player up until when he got hurt in the postseason against right before the Bucs Super Bowl. So I think for me, some of it is coaching. I think some of it falls on Brett Veach a little bit. As Lou said, you get guys in the 30th, 31st, 32nd pick, and it's a crapshoot in the first round, and the Chiefs are going to be facing the same damn dilemma this year. Right. They're going to have a high pick, but Kingsley Suamataia and Wanya Morris both struggled at times this year, and they obviously signed a free agent left tackle. He's could be the guy, but I think for me, yes, coaching plays a factor in it, but it also boils down to the player. It's the want to, it's the desire, it's trusting your skills, it's being able to understand the offense. And if they're not quite at that level, you keep just bringing new guys in every year till you find 2 tackles that you like. Jawan Taylor's, this probably be the last year in Kansas City. He's got 2 years left on his deal. The Chiefs can walk away after 25. And I think if they draft a young tackle in this draft, I think the writing is going to be on the wall for him. So I think a lot of it has to do with some of it coaching, but at the end of the day, it's the player.
The irony, and I think to your point, I agree with you completely, is that they've done an amazing job with the interior of the offensive line. The irony is that Andy Heck was a great tackle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if anybody knows how to play the position and coach it, I would think it's him.
I'll be listening to him, not Andy Reid. I was listening to the offensive line coach.
So again, it's just a matter of getting that player. Every team is going to have a position, and unfortunately for the Chiefs, it's one of the most critical on the field that they haven't been able to get somebody that you can just lock in there for the foreseeable future.
You can't just plug and play people, gentlemen. You can't plug and play, man. You can't do it.
This is why they have a draft every year, and they're going to keep Son Wood till they get the right combination.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So this year, if they get lucky, or just the rest of the league,
you said if, and that guy speaks some confidence, Lou. If
the rest of the league views Josh Simmons as a problem, they could have something fall in their lap where they get his head on straight. They get the health issue squared away. They could get one of those elite talents, and then we'll see.
That's right.
That, if it is a coaching thing, or is it just, the guys that they drafted just are projects and just haven't developed, at a high rate of speed. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
So why is Josh Simmons drafted?
I'll stand on my answer. I'll stand on my previous statement.
I know. I was going to somebody else. You already said what you had to say.
Justin Simmons is a free agent safety right now that played for the Denver Broncos. Josh Simmons is the kid from Ohio State.
Oh, did I do that?
That is in the draft.
All right, Hans, you can save my bacon.
Have a chance.
Hey Lou, I told you, man. It's the coaching. It's the coaching, man.
I hope we get Justin Simmons.
It's the coaching.
Justin Simmons outwardly hates the Chiefs, so I'll give you that answer too.
Yeah, Justin Simmons is phenomenal. He got some chemistry with the Kansas City Chiefs. I definitely can see.
Yeah, sorry, my birthday hangover. Sorry about that. I put the wrong name.
Hey, it's all right, man. It's just coaching. Same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid. That's all it is.
It's three guys.
It's
3 guys that could be, right in that, that pocket of players, sit there for the Kansas City Chiefs. One has that has a concern about his knee. The others, one from Oregon is, playing. It could fit he fits Andy Reid's scheme, the zone scheme, blocking scheme, and everything else like that. If you look at it, but then it got the offensive lineman, the kid that been raised in the backyard, waiting for his chance at nursery. What can we do? What person that you probably fit there? I know Simmons has he's coming off this injury, but as his play was there, he could have been, one of the top players that's in this draft. Maybe some argue probably the best player that's in this draft. That's so far besides Travis.
He's definitely sliding down, and I think a lot of the experts don't even have him as the top tackle. He had a patella tendon, and as Mango reminded me, it was a partial tear, not a full tear. Niang had a full tear, and he never really recovered, when he had that injury. So, there's some talk that he could be available. It could be available at the start of the season if it's a partial tear, and they had a pretty successful surgery. Now he's been rehabbing it since October. So there's every good chance that he's going to be able to be, ready to go. I think probably worst case scenario, October. If he's ready for September, great. But, he is sliding, and a lot of guys are getting ranked high. Not a lot, 3 or 4 guys are getting ranked higher than him. Listen, here's the strange part about Simmons is that the Chiefs don't usually tip their hand. Now, they did last year with Xavier Worthy. There was no question they were very high on him. They really liked him. There was a lot of buzz about him and the Chiefs, especially like 2 or 3 days out. The Simmons talk, he was in town for the weekend. He spoke to the Chiefs. He went through a physical, met with Andy Heck, met with Andy Reid. I'm sure he got a text message or a phone call from Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce as well. Now, granted, he doesn't get to pick the Chiefs. The Chiefs have to pick him. But there seems to be a lot of buzz. And the Chiefs, like I said, generally, don't let it out of the bag. But a lot of people I've talked to and a lot of these draft people are picking, Simmons to go to the Chiefs. And Listen, I'm all for giving it a try.
Turns out that way. It never.
I don't think they really have to say much, or it's tipping their hand. It may be the biggest elephant in the room that the Chiefs have an issue at left tackle. So
it's more what I'm hearing in NFL circles and with agents.
But no. My point is that tipping their hand at this point is basically saying, like, the Cleveland Browns need a quarterback. Yeah, no shit. I mean, everybody. Yeah, it's a given. So I don't know that they're tipping anything with these guys. My point is that, again, I don't know that there is a sure thing at the left tackle spot, even in this draft. Even if you go up as high as Will Campbell from LSU, he's got detractors, and he's supposed to be the pick of the litter. Then you got Membu from Missouri.
Mizzou.
Right. Again, all of them have question marks. So when I see things like, well, what if the Chiefs trade up? Well, who are you trading up for? What are you willing to give up?
Right. That's because
I could see, like last year, we talked about it ad nauseum, and Nick was ready to give away the entire draft to get Joe Alt. That might have been the move. That actually might have been the best move. Because now you've got left tackle solved for as long as you want to keep them.
Right, as long as you want to pay them.
But I don't know, like you're saying, Hense, any one of those guys, any one of them could potentially be that guy. What are you willing to give up to go get him? Or what are you willing to pass on to take them in the first round?
Yeah.
So,
but again, like I said, man, you got to fit the system, right? They run a zone blocking scheme. From what I know, from what I watch, it's zone blocking scheme with Andy Reid's offense since Philadelphia.
Is can you hold up against the edges? I mean, that's
as far
as the Chiefs are concerned.
That's my thing about Josh Simmons. Josh Simmons. If Kenny, with that need, do you really want to test? Because you're gonna have some heck of pass rushers on this schedule, right? Coming into this, season, and plus can he hold up? If he can, yes, he can be the best left tackle that's coming out this draft, but not. But you got to choose what's the best man is available there. Who's gonna be available every Sunday? Who's gonna be that guy that's gonna keep Mahomes off the back end and keep Brittany Mahomes' heart from racing? And watch who's in the box.
It comes down to good coaching, gentlemen. It comes down to good coaching.
Whether he's available at the beginning of the season, I think is a really small part of this, because they want to solve this moving forward. Even if he doesn't play this year, if they think that he's just such a great talent that has fallen into their arms, they're going to go ahead and make the pick.
You bite the bullet. You make
if they truly believe that and say, okay, maybe by midway, maybe by the end of the year he plays, but we know that we've got him under contract for the next 5. We're good at left tackle. If they truly believe that, I just don't know that any of those guys, they can say that for sure. And if you see another player at a different position that can make a big impact, and you have strong feelings about it, are you willing to pass it up to go get a guy that maybe you're still kind of crossing your fingers? So
here's the thing, guys. It's all these offensive tackles had good potential to be great in any team. Here's the thing: it's all about coaching. You got to coach these guys up. You got to have some good coaching. That's it. Like I said, Josh Simmons has been banged up. He has been banged up, and he is legit. Like I said, you look at Will Johnson, not Will Johnson, but Will Campbell. Will Campbell is good. Kevin Banks is good. Like all these guys have great potential, great the ability to do it. But it's the fact that like you go into the NFL and you need legit coaching. Can you coach these guys up? And you look at the Eagles over there.
Hold on a second. If Simmons wasn't hurt, he'd be the first tackle taken on the board.
Probably.
Nah, he would he would be, but damn it, like even if he go to the league, doesn't mean he gonna excel in the NFL.
Well, I'm just saying he's the top tackle in this draft if he's 100% healthy. Right. If he had no injury, he gets the bowl game, he wins the national championship. It's him and everybody else. A couple of beats.
You think Simmons is the best tackle coming out to this draft?
I think he has the best. He has the best talent.
I can't literally say that. You know what I mean? Because we all know that you guys, both of you guys, Lou and Nick, y'all been watching this for years. You know, me and Dre been watching this for years. And people in the chat been watching the draft for years. It's a lot of guys that came out of this draft that everybody said, "Oh, he's the best." Then it'd be that guy that was drafted in the 6th round, the 7th round, be way better than the person.
Exactly.
So, so that's why I said I can't say. Simmons could be.
You do have to make the pick. The clock is up. We can't go after the draft and say, that guy. Let's move him up to our pick.
It's just, to me, like I said, I love what the Eagles do down. It's coaching. He find guys and plug them, man, to coach them up, and they legit. It's about coaching. It's about what kind of coach are you? You know what I'm saying? Are you a great offensive line coach? It's going to show.
Right.
Like I said, all these guys got good potential. All these guys are great in what they do. But when you get them on your team, are you able to coach them up and coach them into, fitting the system? You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's what it's all about, for real. Because like I said, Simmons is good.
So in terms of the general mood, I feel confident that they're going to get 4 or 5 really good players. And it's just a matter of which position. I don't know that they're locked into taking a tackle at any of those positions. They may not even draft a tackle.
They may not, yeah.
It just the board may just fall differently for them. And maybe they come up with like 3 defensive linemen that immediately make an impact to the team, or they grab a running back that they've been kind of craving over the years that they thought they were going to get with Clyde in the first round. So went right
into my next question.
Let's go to the next question. Let's do it.
He went right into my next question. Then why did Chiefs send mixed signals about the number 1 pick?
Are they?
This is a Nick. So it's not Nick.
Are the Chiefs sending mixed?
Well, I mean, they are. I mean,
have they sent any signals? Would be my question.
I think because they have so few draft picks this year,
and if they are sending mixed signals, they're doing their job.
They're doing their job, absolutely.
Yes. So no one has a beat on what they want, what they want to do.
I don't know if we had the list of the top 30 visits, but of those players, those are all they're all football players that fit the Chiefs system and fit the Chiefs area of need. And we knew that a few years ago when they drafted, George Karlaftis, they had to get a pass rusher, but we didn't see the Trent McDuffie thing coming. There was no talk about Trent McDuffie prior to the draft about any possible Chiefs interest. So again,
I think
we don't know.
They didn't expect him to drop.
No,
and
not
once he got in range, then Veach said, "Okay, I'm trading up."
Yeah,
and
that was a shock.
Right. So, and I think that there'll be people like that throughout this draft as well, just because I don't know that there is a huge consensus after like the top 4 or 5 guys.
I don't even think it's that deep.
I think it's pretty wide range in terms of what people are valuing, or who they feel is this is best at that position or this position. So from that perspective, it'll be great. Right. I don't know how many people will be trading. Maybe the trading will be minimum because they figure that there's not a huge difference in talent, so they can just sit and pick. So we'll see.
I think it's going to be a lot. I think it
should be good. But in terms of mixed signals, I haven't seen really any signals. In terms of those 30 visits, sure, you want to bring in guys that you may draft, right? That
possibility
kind of fit the bill just in case. Yeah. And other teams know what you're looking for. These guys all work together. They know there's enough connections between the front offices of the entire league. They all kind of know what each team is looking for. Maybe not necessarily the exact guy, but the type of player, they have a real good idea. So, if they are sending mixed signals, of which I have not seen, but if they are, that's good. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, I feel like they, I don't feel like they are sending mixed signals. I feel like they're gonna, like Lou said before, that and all been sending all month. You know what I mean? It's whoever falls there, and you don't expect to be there, you're gonna take. I know the fans can say, "Hey, we want Simmons." Right. I can say I want Ursbury, but the board said, "God dang it, Nick is there. This person is there. I want this talent here on defense, or this person."
For the draft.
Nick, we're gonna put him at wide receiver. He's going to be out there, be a legit, give us a solid 2 yards. A solid 2 yards.
Not even a yard. Hell,
I
by
can
never
catch
a
a
damn
10-yard
yard.
pass in the NFL even at my age. No
Oh
question.
shit! Hey, well, hey, belief is everything, Nick. Belief is everything.
No
As
question.
long
Believe in
as
yourself, man.
there's no defender within 20 yards.
Hey, what's the
Didn't
name of
say
that?
anything
Hey,
about
hey, what's the name of
defender.
that formation with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Nick can run that. If Hardman can run that shit, Nick can run it. Nick just catch the ball.
I was a top level wide receiver in flag football. Nobody could catch
That
me.
reminds me of Napoleon down.
Nobody caught the ball better than me.
I could have been there, man. I know.
I
back in the day,
torched
man.
anybody. It didn't matter if
I
the ball
was top of my class, man. I could have.
I was
did it,
the
man.
vacuum cleaner. No question.
I was a 1,000-yard receiver back in my day, back in my heyday.
And
I
that
could
but the
go out there and
I
give
made
up 15.
plays.
and
I
the
mean,
but then at the end of the game, the bus from the retirement home came to pick up the other team. Like, Nick's like, "Yeah, go home, you old." We'll see you next
man,
week.
It's love, man.
I hope you all make it to next week, so
That's
I can torch
right.
you again.
But again, you know,
You're not that far away from me.
but again, it's not about sending missed signals. They can send us all kind of signals. You know what I mean? Antenna signals, digital signals, cables. It doesn't matter. But whoever falls there, and one of them top players fall there, T-Mac fall there, you don't think the Chiefs gonna say, "Hey, I know we need this offensive line, but he's right here."
Man, hell no, man. I hope like he don't do that
I'm
shit.
just saying that's what they usually do. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people in the chat said it was obvious that the Chiefs was going to take.
I don't think there's any question. It was obvious.
Yeah. So yeah. But other than that, man, before we get into our mock draft, let's get back into our sponsor. We'll be right back.
Baseball is back.
That's right. Baseball is back on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you cash in today. You can play the pick'em game, very similar to what you did with the NFL. We're doing the Chiefs stuff. Now it's all about baseball, and especially the Royals. You can go higher or lower. It's really simple to use. Their app is amazing. You just choose your entry fee. You decide what you want to play, and you just see the winnings coming if you know what you're doing. So take a swing today and make sure that you sign up for Underdog Fantasy, and they're going to give you a meatball right out the gamut, Bobby Wood Jr. special. So start with a W for your first entry and new customers. Make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. There it is. Of course, use Underdog Fantasy. It's now legal in Missouri. Play 5, get 50. Make sure when you enter, use that promo code Chiefs Blitz. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun.
Jack Caglianone hit another bomb over the weekend.
I don't know, man. He's
I
going
don't
to
even know who this guy is.
2-3
He's
weeks.
turning into my favorite baseball player, and he doesn't even play in the majors.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Everybody got their handy dandy notebook ready. We got the grading cards. I know Nick's gonna get everybody is a B in his class.
Come on, Steve.
I know Dre's gonna do what he needs to do, but let's get right into one guy that was judged a lot of people's mock drafts in the chat, and that is Mr. Kareem. Let's see what he had to offer.
Look at this
off the board. Go ahead and read it off, Dre. You could go ahead and coach. Go ahead and take care of this.
Yeah, they gave me the honors. Okay, Kareem's mock draft, guys. Let's get to it. All right, pick number 31, Derek Hardman, defensive tackle. He's good. He's solid. He is. He's a menace. He's definitely a menace down there. He's a menace. Hey, I can see Spax using this guy. He'll be more than a rotational guy. So more than a serviceable guy, I would add. At pick 63, Jalen Royal. Now a lot of people ain't really sold on this young man. Kareem likes his man at number 2. It's a high pick. He's going receiver, and he's okay. I like him. He's decent. He's not going to wow you, but he's decent. He will be a high serviceable guy. Harold Fenton. Kareem got him in his third pick. Guys, what y'all think about Harold Fenton?
I think we've talked about Fannin quite a bit. I think
we talked about the tight ends. He's just a guy that he's not. I'm sure there's plenty of teams that think he's going to be like really good, and there's probably a bunch of teams that say no, he doesn't fit the measurables. He's only 6'2", but the guy's always open, right? Somehow, some way, he doesn't look fluid. And it's sort of like when you hear, who was the guy that played, the basketball player that played for the Chargers, Antonio Gates.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a guy that just had a feel. He was a basketball player. Now, Fannin didn't play Division I basketball, but it's the same thing. You have to.
Yeah.
You're not drafting for traits here. You're just saying this guy is just a football player.
There you go.
And he's going to get open. He's over like 1,200 yards, I think, the last 2 years at Bowling Green. So you're figuring he's just one of those guys. It's unexplainable. He defies the numbers and the height.
He's an old school football player that knows how to play the game.
Yeah, I don't know if the Chiefs go that high of a pick on a tight end, but he's certainly, I wouldn't be like shocked.
There you go. There we go again. Joshua Farmer from defensive tackle. He's nice too. I like him. I did a little bit of paperwork on this young man. He's nice. I like him, man. Now he's a good rotational guy for specs. Ollie Gordon, that's bow ties guy. One of the bow ties guy, Ollie Gordon. He's, like I said, he's tough, he's physical, but can he be a third down guy, a third back guy?
He's all around back.
He's all around. I said all around. Okay. In my eyes, I believe. Can he get it done? Can he pass? Can he be a receiving running back? Elijah Williams. What's your thoughts on Elijah Williams?
Level of competition, right? Morgan State. He's got the measurables. He's got the speed. I mean, you can see him dominating at his level. So he's certainly going to get some attention and is definitely going to get a shot in the league. And that, I would imagine, right around that range. Right. So exactly. I wouldn't, it wouldn't be, and again, it wouldn't be a shocking pick. And if they could get him in the 7th round, I keep forgetting, between those two picks is the 4th and the 7th. So the Chiefs not having a 5th or 6th, I think they're going to try to. I think they're going to try to fill those somehow with some sort of trade back, maybe with one of the higher picks. Because I think there's a group of running backs. If they don't want to take a running back in their first 3 or 4 picks, right, they could. There's a handful of those backs that they could probably get in the 5th or 6th round, right? That won't be there in the 7th for sure. So I think, again, if that's the way they're thinking, and there's other positions as well, but wide receivers, even there'll be some guys that drop into the 5th round. But running backs, I think you'd want to see them get a 5th or a 6th round pick at some point during the draft. Yeah. But Elijah Williams, he's got the traits. He's dominated at a lower level. You just have to project, can he do it, at the higher levels? There you go. Good point, Lou. Pick number 251, Robert Longerbeam. I don't know nothing about this guy. I don't know about Rutgers corner. They've had a history over the years. Belichick, that was like a pipeline from Rutgers and Coach Schiano right up to New England. They drafted a bunch of the McCourties. Devin, they drafted. I think, the guy was on today. Logan Ryan. I mean, they've had like several of them, and they're all versatile. They can play multiple positions. So to get somebody like that in the 7th round, not a bad.
I know the Cardinals got my guy from there too. What's his name on the Cardinals? The cornerback.
Max.
Max Milton came from there last year.
All right, guy, Max Brosmer, quarterback.
Now I think he's from Minnesota. And again, I'm not saying anything about Brosmer and how good he is. I just don't know that the Chiefs are going to be using draft capital on a quarterback at this stage of Patrick's career. Now they may bring in, a UDFA. They brought back Zappi. Lodikin, I think he's on the practice squad. Right. So maybe they bring in a UDFA just to have that 4th guy for camp. Who knows? He might be a good developmental quarterback. I just don't know that the Chiefs go that direction.
Yeah, they'll carry 4 quarterbacks.
Maybe like 2 or 3 years down the road, knock on wood, Patrick stays healthy and so.
Yeah. I think the last one for me, I would never win quarterback for the Chiefs. I wouldn't win quarterback. I would try to keep more trenches, more secondary, you know what I'm saying? Just find some rotational guys But besides that, Cream board's pretty decent. I'm gonna give him a solid.
It's a good draft.
That's pretty good. Pretty good,
Nice
Cream.
job, young man.
Pretty good.
All right, what do we got next, Hense?
What's the grade on?
All well.
I give him a
placed.
strong B-. Off the cup. A strong B-. Strong B.
I'll give him a B because I thought it was well thought out, and he's got some good players there. I'm not sure about the last couple of picks, but beyond that, all guys that can impact, all good fits.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case, longer beam would be an ace on special teams for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll go B for Kareem. I like that. There's no, you're not cherry picking guys that won't be there, and like you've got like a late first rounder as your third round pick, and like, I'll get all these guys. Okay,
exactly.
So no, it was well placed. Yep.
Nice job.
All right, let's get into Coach and Mr. Lou's board. What you got for us, Coach?
Look at that, Coach. We're a long time in between mock drafts. Let's see what he's got.
All right, that's right. Let's get to it, man. Mine, I got what we doing? Mine first. Luke, you can do yours first.
No, you do yours, Coach. That way we can dissect it.
Oh hell! Well, why the hell not, man? Okay, Gary Xavier, man.
Knives out.
Yeah, man. We gotta go strong, young man. We gotta go strong, man. Like I said, to me, man, he's an awesome guy, man. He had the upside, the potential, everything you need to be the guy. I love his tape. I love what I've seen from him from North Dakota, man. He just a real football player. Something that the Chiefs need. A grizzly. You need a grizzly on that edge. You need a nice grizzly on that edge. So definitely I'm taking him. Urshery. I got Urshery going in a second. Again, we need grizzly bears out there. Guys that picking you up. We need guys that jerseys don't fit. If your jerseys don't fit, Dre wants you, man, because you don't care about looks. You care about performance on that field. You care about beating people down. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I love about them. If I look at their tapes, man, they are hogs. They are grizzlies, young man. We're not here to look pretty. You know what I'm saying? We're here to dominate and keep the chains moving. That's what we hear, Sherman Turner. Let's say Shamar Turner. Yeah, Shamar Turner. A great rotational guy for Spags, man. They can help out Chris Jones and George down there, man. He gets to the quarterback at the wheel. He is so phenomenal down there. Hey, man, again, it's not about how many sacks I'm going to get. It's about team effort, and damn it, he's bringing that. That's my guy there. And then we got my guy, Ransom. Ransom, man, from Ohio, man. The guys around the ball. He's an excellent tackler. Around the box, man. I know Spags will definitely use him in the nickel around the box and can cover. He can cover. I love what I see from him, man, from Ohio. Love it. Let me see what I got. Mickens here. Mickens is solid. He's a guy that's going to battle in summer games. Summer games is preseason, guys. That's why I call it summer games, because it's preseason. You got to earn your stripes. Guys, you hear me? You got to earn it. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn it. And then Andrew Armstrong. My God, 6'4", Bo. I told you about him back in the day. Bo, I told you the other day, didn't I? 6'4", man, 4'4", 4'3". Excellent hands and can block. Probably one of the best blocking wide receivers coming out this draft. Guys, he's underrated, man. I got him going 6, man. Was it 6? Yeah, gonna be 6. Yeah.
7.
Guys, yeah, 7. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, sir. The point is a good rotational piece. He might be the starter. Who knows? Summer game is gonna let us know. But now, Lou 6'4" is a blocking receiver, guys. That man, he mauls. He's a mauler. And like I said, he's a 50-50 guy too. Remember, he runs a 4.4 gentleman. Andy Reid loves speed down there. Mahomes love him too. You know what I'm saying? So I love me some Armstrong from Arkansas Razorbacks. Yeah, absolutely. Come on, you throw that bad boy back up there for me, sir. I got one more, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you. You wonderful, man. This got a linebacker right here. A good rotational piece. A linebacker, man. I believe he'll probably do good things. Don't know. He got the potential. Asante. He got the potential to be something special. I believe in the young kid, but that's my mock draft board. Gentlemen, I know I stomped on
Well,
shit.
I think I can speak for the rest of the group. You definitely had some time off, and you got a little to make up for.
Yeah, damn right.
But listen,
the blitzers
a
are
little,
coming out.
I mean, they're not
coming
going to
out with
draft
a
a center
carving
in the first
knives,
round
man.
in any scenario, unless they think he can play guard. And even then, they put too much in Kingsley Suamataia already. I don't see a place for him. Ursary, I think that's a good spot for him. I think he's going to be a second round guy. I don't think he's going to be a first rounder. I like Turner. I do like Armstrong as well. Beyond that, it's okay. Nothing I think is going to really make enough of an impact, in my opinion. But listen, 3 out of 6 or 7 ain't too bad, I guess.
Nah, that's all you need.
What you give?
I'm giving just because you're my friend, I'm giving you a C.
Oh man, keep it a buck for me, Nick.
I don't know if the Chiefs actually draft any of those guys, but I'm going to say there's a lot of them will be drafted.
Yeah.
Man.
So what you give is
that was one of my best, and I didn't get a single laugh. Okay, so Gray Zabel, I've been talking about him since the Senior Bowl. He very versatile. He can play any position along the line of scrimmage.
They got him.
I don't know if he's really going to be a left tackle. He can certainly dominate. He can certainly dominate a guard. I think that's probably going to be his initial position in the NFL. I don't think he slides all the way down to the Chiefs. I think as a guard, he's going to probably go in the 20s. So if they really wanted him, they'd probably have to trade up. If Ursary slips to 63, absolutely, that's a great pick if he's there, right? Turner, there's about 4 or 5 guys from the A&M defense that are being highly touted. The team was like, but maybe there was more problems on offense there. But their defense, they got a bunch of guys that are going to be drafted. Lathan Ransom is a stud as a safety. So again, if he was there at pick 66, who's to say no, right? Right. So, but that's not bad. Again, I don't know that the Chiefs draft any of those guys, but yeah,
I think for me, go ahead, Bo.
I'll give Dre a solid C for showing up this time around. You know what I mean?
Hey, participation award. Yeah. Thanks for playing.
There's nothing wrong with participation, guys. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. But I think
that is the floor, right?
Absolutely.
Showing up is the floor.
Absolutely. I think some of these guys, it just depends on what's followed.
All right. Man. So this pick here, I don't know that the Chiefs would go this way. I'm just from a talent perspective. If he was to slip to this place, just because of his slight build, he can certainly get the edge. Very fast, explosive dude. He's got the bend. So from that perspective, we're good. It's just that he's probably would have to bulk up to play 4-3 defensive end on a regular basis. But if they had the luxury of just using him on passing downs and just kind of moving him around like some kind of joker, that would, to me, would be a great pick. I mean, 6'5", 245, runs a 4.47, first team SEC. Everything is there. Some of the negatives are maybe just a little tight in the hips, so he doesn't really bounce. Getting that initial punch, sometimes it can kind of get him off stride, but just talent-wise, that would be a great pick for me. All right, so next, TJ Sanders. I've had him in here a lot. Just like Texas A&M, South Carolina's got about 5 dudes that are going to be like second and third round picks, some in the first round. Even Warwick probably has a chance to go in the first round, but really powerful, stout guy, can play right in the middle there, heavy hands, a sudden guy, so he can get upfield in the A and B gap, and then also can be a little bit of a run stuffer. But I think he's quicker as a pass rusher. So again, Joe Cullen's going to have his hands full, but I think this is the type of guy that he really wants. Jalen Royals came up in the other draft from Kareem. Very instinctive dude, seems really smooth. He can play inside or out. He's got the speed, 4.42 speed. He's got some size, but he is still kind of a slender guy. 6 feet, carries the 205 really well. But we'll see if he has the ability to get off a press and things like that. But in terms of just in this part of the draft as a receiver, I think this would be a good fit. Charles Grant, I've had him on here several times. Played at William and Mary, absolutely dominated at that level. Had a great Senior Bowl, so it looks like going up in class isn't an issue for him. So I think that would be a great developmental offensive tackle for them. Next, Brashard Smith. Now, I don't know that I would take him quite this high. I said earlier that the Chiefs probably, if they can get like a 5th or a 6th round pick and get this, they probably can get this guy in the 5th. 6th is probably pushing it, but in the 5th round, I think that would be his sweet spot. But I wanted to get him for sure, so I put him in the 4th round. But he transferred from Miami, former wide receiver, got a lot of those skills, obviously, runs a 4.39. Not the biggest guys, 5'10", 195, but not a lot of he's got a ton of tread left on the tire. He's only got 253 attempts from the running back position. So he's fresh. So, but in other words, the fact that he's gone from one position to the other, I think that's in terms of for the Chiefs, he's got a lot of value because they need a weapon out of the backfield, and he would fit the bill. Next one, another one of my favorites, Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, but I think he's going to be long gone by this point. So the next mock draft, I'm just going to put guys that are kind of fit that particular area. He just happened to come up a few times in the simulator, but he's got a lot of great potential. Georgia defensive tackle, obviously very athletic, top 5-star type guy. Again, all these Georgia guys don't get as many snaps because there's so many of them.
Right.
But I think he certainly has some run, for Joe Cullen and what they like to do.
Yeah.
Last two guys, Johnny Walker, edge guy from Missouri, local dude. Again, a little smaller, 6'2", 250. Again, strictly edge rusher, very athletic, a lot of moves, but again, what you're just concerned with, can he hold the edge? So if they can use him to at least early on as just a situational pass rusher and then kind of fill him out a bit to be a little bit more stout on the edge, I think he could be a good guy, especially in the 7th round. And then last one,
it's a
Mr. Irrelevant, if you would. I believe one of the Gold Jackets. I tend to stay away from those guys, but in the 7th round at 257, if he's there, I mean, the guy's got all the traits that you would want. 6'4", right? 220, runs a 4.4. He's been at 3 schools, right? Wyoming, Texas, Nebraska. So even though he's been at 3 schools, he hasn't played a lot, whether it was injury, just, trying to be wide receiver at Texas is a tough deal. You got to be like elite, right? Then he had guys like Worthy and A.D. Mitchell and guys like that ahead of him. So he really wasn't getting a bunch of playing time. But when you watch him work, everything is a hands catch. So he plucks it, huge catch radius, long arms. So in the 7th round, if he's there, that would be a great one to just say,
that would be a steal.
Special teams to start out with. And if we can get him developed, there's your ex receiver.
I'll give him a solid B.
Yeah, solid C plus.
Nick?
I'm going B plus. I like some of those picks. He's kind of, he's got a few guys in there. He's kind of rode the horse with all the way through our mock drafts, and I think those are all good potential fits for Kansas City with little projects thrown in here or there. But I think at the end of the day, I like Pierce. I do. John Harrison said something reminds him of D Ford. He'd be that. Kareem. All right. Well, he's chimed in. But I love Jalen Royals. I mean, who doesn't? I think he's going to be a terrific NFL player. So,
what about Mango's board? Mango had Josh.
All right, Mango's board. We got the man of the hour, Josh Simmons, not Justin Simmons, Nick. Offensive tackle. Obviously, we've talked a lot about him. I'm actually going to be writing an article about him later today and posting it tonight. Darius Alexander, defensive tackle. Again, we've talked a lot about him as well. He would be a terrific fit for the Chiefs. I think they're going to go OTDT in the first 2 picks. Not sure what order that's going to be. Quinshawn Judkins, another guy that we've talked a lot about, would be a top shelf running back for Andy Reid. He'd be a perfect fit. Looking at the wide receiver position, Kyle Williams is another guy with a lot of top end talent. Elijah Roberts, the defensive end. I think I had him in a couple of my mock drafts. Ty Hamilton's interesting because he keeps falling. I'm really surprised that in a lot of these mock drafts that he's available in the 7th round. I don't know enough about B.J. Adams or Shamir James.
I like B.J. Adams.
But, hey, 7th round, you never know.
The B.J. Adams was on my golden jacket list.
All right, fair enough.
He's one of the guys.
I get Mango a B-. I get Mango a B- for his list, man. I think Mango really dove into to some picks and whatnot.
I think I'm going to give him an A- on this draft. I really like the fact that he hits huge areas of need for the Chiefs. And if the draft board falls that way, I mean, you're looking at maybe four starters out of that class, maybe 5. So we'll see.
With that said, let's go ahead and get into. I'll go. You want me to go first, or you go? Because they already put on.
Age before beauty, my young man.
Go ahead.
Ain't that some shit?
All right, you want me to go first? All right. When I did these mock drafts, I try to do 2 or 3, and I kind of take the ones that I like the best. And Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan, he falls for whatever reason, and if he's there at 31, that's. And that was with Simmons gone, and that was with the receiver from Missouri as well, and also my favorite running back from North Carolina. So Colston Loveland, TJ Sanders, we talked a lot about him. Obviously, he would be a perfect defensive tackle. Played at South Carolina. Love him. Jaden Higgins, a wide receiver, Iowa State. I mean, what's not to love about this kid? I think he can fit. He's a perfect guy to be a wide receiver, to join Rice and to join that crew that they've got. And Kobe Bryant, that's a little high for Kobe Bryant, but I've watched. He's definitely moving up the boards, and I love his game. I think what's that?
That's Drake guy.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant, I think, is going to be one of the top 5 or 6 cornerbacks out of the draft when it's all said and done. I go back to the Kansas well for Logan Brown, offensive tackle, is kind of their last pick in the 4th round before they don't pick until the 7th round. Colin Oliver, linebacker from Oklahoma State, just makes plays. He's one of those glue guys. I think he could give Drew Tranquill a little run for his money. Tyler Batty, another guy. He's got skills. He's got speed. I really like him as an edge rusher, especially at 251. And then Quentin Skinner, wide receiver, Kansas. So I got 3 Rock Chalk Jayhawks on my board. Quentin Skinner is fast. He's got great hands. He makes big plays.
He kept it a hometown. He kept it local.
I just love his game. I mean, the Jayhawks have 3 wide receivers, and I think all 3 are going to play in the show, if not this year.
That's number love.
Maybe have an impact down the road.
Ain't number love, Nick.
I love those guys. I didn't get my running back. He was off the board. But that's my
nothing wrong with that.
That's my post-birthday draft.
Nothing wrong with that.
I give him a solid B. Because he give everybody a B, so I'm giving him a B. You know what I mean? For that, but
nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong. It was.
If he got a running back, then he would move. He got an A. That's the only reason I didn't give him an A. But other than that, what you guys give him?
Throw it back up there, Hense.
Yeah, come on. You went tight end in the first round. You went tight end. I didn't see that coming. I definitely didn't see that one coming. You went defensive tackle in the second. I like that. Jaden Higgins, I like the receiver because I like him. I like him a lot. To me, I think he's the best receiver. Kobe Bryant is nice. Logan Bryant got him in the 4th. I think your top 4, Nick. I mean, I like it. Tight end position to me. I wouldn't win tight end, but
he just fell. That's the only reason I took him.
Okay. I give you a B- on that one. Like I said, the first 4 picks is solid.
Yeah, I mean that's the key. Does a guy like that fall that you really truly believe that he should be gone before that, right? Because if Tyler Warren goes in the top 10, then you got to believe Loveland. Indianapolis just seems like just such a perfect. I mean, he's Indianapolis, maybe even Denver. Even though they signed Evan Ingram, I could see Denver taking him.
He would be phenomenal.
But if he fell to the Chiefs, I wouldn't be. I mean, again, if any of the tackles they like are off the board, they don't see, the value in the defensive tackles quite yet, then I would say absolutely, because he's got a chance to be a star. Sanders, obviously, I had him at the same location, so I like him. Higgins, I think, he's got the whole thing is the Iowa State wide receiver. It's just the draft has a history, and it just seems like when you try to buck certain trends, it just never works out for you. I like Kobe Bryant for sure. Logan Brown, I had like way back to, I think, our first mock draft. I had him, later down the line. But again, that's one of those deals where I think the more people watch him, you realize he's going to go probably, between rounds 5 and 6 or 4 and 6. So overall, not bad. Tyler Batty, I think he's got some upside, the linebacker. So we'll go B- ish. Yeah.
Well,
if I had B's in school, I'd been happy.
Yeah.
You need the best.
Yeah.
Go ahead. The best for last. All right. If Nick
roll out the racket jackets, roll them out.
Let's get it.
If Nick is sitting there at 31, I don't see Chiefs passing up on him. One of the best players that's coming out this draft, safety, 6'3". He will be a steal.
Would he play ahead of Jaden Hicks?
Oh, he'll play ahead of Brian Cooks. He's gonna be on a contract.
Battle of the gold jackets.
Battle of jackets, man. Battle of jackets, man.
Then I got Ursary in the second round. Then the third round, Maxwell was sitting there. I said, why not? You put him in there with his Spags. You got Maxwell. Battle out with McDuffie. Who's gonna pass on that secondary with Chris Jones? Holding up the edge in the middle.
Yeah.
Then, hey, I like my guy, man, Xavier Williams. I can't let the man go off the board. But again, I like Ali, man, for the running back. I thought he would be a good steal for the Chiefs.
A lot of familiar names there. All the gold jackets, man. That's
Todd Robinson. I know everybody have all these other defensive tackles, but
he kicked Colorado's ass. I'll tell you that shit.
I said this kid here. Give this man a put the jacket on him. He's there. And Dante Robertson, man, he averages 25 yards per catch. Why not put him with Andy Reid, standing about 6'4", 215 pounds, runs a 4.3, one of the second fastest wide receivers coming out this draft. And who else? Watson. Everybody don't know about Watson. If you didn't know about Watson,
shine some light on him though, Bo. Shine some light on him.
The guy from Florida, man, 6'5", 369 pounds.
400.
The boy ain't 3 yet. Now.
469 pounds. Put him next to Chris Jones. I didn't see this man pick up a whole running back and slimmed him with one arm. I said, heck. He ain't had a quarterback sneak on him since he been playing in college. Put him next to Chris Jones and let him ball out, and put him on the diet kick.
The black Paul Bunyan. The legend just continues to grow. Give him an axe and a
flannel shirt. We're all good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I give that, man. I know what. Go ahead. And these are the guys.
I'll give it 5 gold jackets for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think Bowtie really kick some ass on this one. You can't
give him a letter grade. This is 5 gold jackets.
Hey, talk about it. You get the 5 gold jackets, man. Yeah.
Now, and again, I did this. I probably fell into this trap a little bit on mine too, and I mentioned that Maxwell Harrison's not going to be there that deep into the draft.
Hypothetical, right?
He's probably gone before Ursary is in the second round. I mean, he's going to be middle of the second round. But if he was there, that's an absolute steal.
Yeah, man, it's fantasy, man.
Nick Emanwari, just I guess all the athletic ability and so forth, and just the buzz, you just get the sense that he's going to be long gone. But again, if he's there, that's an absolute steal. Ursary that late, I think, would be a great pick. Savion Williams again. I'm not completely sold on him that high.
You will
But
be so
okay.
Yeah,
Ollie Gordon, we like him. Ty Robinson, big old
created
country
golf
fed,
Madden.
country strong. Come on now.
Yeah, man.
And then they get Thornton, just the Tennessee wide receiver. Same thing with the Iowa State wide receivers. It just never works out. They've got all the physical traits, and you're like, why don't these guys hit in the NFL? They just never do. So
never works.
5 gold jackets.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna dive in Kareem. I said on my draft board, I try to address the meat and potatoes on the line, man, because if y'all really watch them all year, you want some studs on the outside. Because, like I said, all these picks ain't gonna be pretty. We're not looking to be pretty, guys. We're looking to protect Patrick Mahomes at all costs. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about looking pretty, gentlemen. It's about protecting your gold jacket. You know, I'm taking the gold jacket of the Kansas City Chiefs. So again, like I said, Hense. Hey man, your board was great, man. You got a good board, man. You dressed a safety. You got your boy, the receiver. Urshery, a lot of people, Kareem is not so on Urshery. I am. You know what I'm saying? He hauled Carter. He picked up Carter, man. He bullied that boy. So, yeah, like I said, you got to address the needs. It's all about addressing needs, man. But I think everybody did well today. I think everybody did well. They addressed some quality needs today. So, yeah, big ups, man.
All right, so on the last one, and I think – and again, it's hard to tell, but
Kareem, he's a rotational guy to line.
For the final mock drafts, at least what I'm going to do is if there's somebody there in the simulator that, in my belief, will not be there, I'm not going to put him on. I'm not going to put him on.
Yeah,
so I'm going to try to stay true to the way I have them falling. That may not be the way the league does it. Not maybe the way that
you gotta say the way I have them.
Everybody else. So I'll just that will be the assignment for me on the last one.
So real quick, go ahead.
We got those images. Let's promote for those that don't remember last year. We went bell to bell with the NFL draft with the 4 Guys in a Bar Giraffe Show. Round 1, Thursday, April 24th, a week from Thursday, will be on at 6:45 Central Time until we just run out of voices. Rounds 2 and 3 will be April 25th. We'll start about 4:45 Central Time, and we'll go until probably 10 or so. And then, of course, on Saturday, bell to bell, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds, where the Chiefs have no 5 or 6.
A lot of fill time between.
A lot of fill time, a lot of eats, a lot of bathroom breaks. But we will be here bell to bell.
Plenty of time for Dre to eat his nuts and whatever crunchy food snacks he wants to eat.
There it is. Hey, I'm gonna tell Kareem. I said Kareem got an issue with my pick. I said my guy pick and play multiple positions on that line. Kareem, do your research, guy. He can play multiple positions, guy. I know. I feel where you're coming from, Kareem. I really do. But make sure you do your due diligence, sir. He can play multiple positions on that line, sir. Thank you. I sure appreciate it.
That's right.
I'm all about it. I love Gray Zabel as a pick. I just don't think he'll be there.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys might not be there, but from what we're doing, hey, why not?
Yeah. Love them.
Yeah.
And I love everybody's mock draft. Everybody's taking time to do this. Even Kareem's, everybody's getting good grades.
Yeah, and the other guys did them too. We appreciate
Kareem can shove it.
Now, are we gonna do a trade mock draft or not? We're just gonna strictly
Kareem does not like criticism.
Now
that's what he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. You know, so there's love though. It's all love. I love it.
So Mango, the question is, the draft comes around. If the next mock draft is everybody doing trades because it is getting close to. That's draft. They're gonna be that Monday.
We're gonna do one Monday, and then we'll do we do a trade draft on Monday, and then we do our final mock draft on Wednesday before Thursday's show.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. I feel like that's how it should go. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We put a lot of effort and time in this, and also thanks for Kareem for turning in his. If any other guys have some
we will show you. Take the time. We'll show you some love.
Absolutely.
Well, at least we'll put up your picks. We may not show you any love, but we'll throw up your draft.
So with that said, guys, we'll see you guys Wednesday.
All right, you got it, guys. Peace out. Have a great day.
Yeah, absolutely.